Hey guys, what's up? And today I'm going to be showing you 5 ways you can rotate an object for product videos. What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now if you're new here, do consider subscribing, and if you've been here for a while, make sure that you have the notifications bell turned on if you want to see more content like this. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Rotating an object within a product video is a fundamental technique used in product videography. I suppose we can look at this in 2 basic formats, manual or motorized. Make sure you watch till the end so you can see 2 ideas that you might not have already seen before. Okay, let's start with a couple of manual methods. The bar table or the bars tool. Now this table started life as an ordinary platform on which drinks were placed, but now it's one of the most versatile pieces of equipment that I use every day in my studio. I could write a small book about that. But today we're going to be showcasing its 360-degree capability. You pop your object on and you turn it at any speed that your arm would allow. But I would recommend slow and steady. You can pick one up for about 40 pounds or even less on the old eBay, if you're lucky to find one. Next up is the Lazy Susan. Now, according to Wikipedia, right? We don't really know why it's called a Lazy Susan. So but essentially it comprises of a bearing which is sandwiched by 2 platforms. I don't have one here with me, but I'll pop one up in the picture here. So that's what essentially it is. We have a bearing inside, we have 1 platform, 2 platforms, and you just essentially pop your product on or your object and you return that manually. That's why it's a manual method, right? So you could pick these up for a few bucks, between $2 to $5. You can get one of those, no problem. So let's go towards the even lazier Susan. Now this is a motorized turntable, or motorized Lazy Susan as you call it. So instead of doing things manually, now you can actually flick a switch. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold your horses. You can actually flick a switch and that will turn your product for you, right? So this is one of the most popular methods used by photographers and videographers to do 360 type videos and to have their product turn like this. I mean, these can cost anywhere between 20 to 100 quid, and the prices are determined by, the brand, the size, the functionality. I mean, some of these you can only rotate it in one direction. Some of them you can rotate it in 2 directions, and some of them you can even control the speed. This one does not have a speed control, but it works for most of the things that I have to do. Like I said, slow and steady is what I like, and I've attached a link to this one below. All right, so off we go. Next up we have the common drill. Oops, hope that wasn't too loud, but drills are fun. Like, I have a lot of fun using drills in everyday life, but you can obviously use this as a spinny device. It's there we go. So this is actually quite a versatile spinny device. I mean, you can spin it in one direction, change the direction. You can even change the speed at which that would rotate, right? The beauty about this, or the thing about this, is that you can pretty much freestyle this or freehand this, whatever direction, horizontal, vertical, or some degrees in between. You can use this to spin your product. I mean, I wouldn't recommend you going out and buying a drill just to spin something on there, but if you have one lying around in your toolbox that's gathering dust, I mean, why not? And then it might even get you out of a pickle. So drills are fun. Next up is the humble DC motor. Now for about 20 quids, you can pick one of these bad boys up. So you can have what is essentially a half of a drill, because if you look at this, kind of looks like the front of a drill, right? So it's the drill without all the dressing up, I suppose. So you can wire this up to either a 12 or 24 volt supply and you're off to the races. You can select the required revs per minute when you're purchasing this, and you can get an additional direction and speed regulator to attach to this if you're feeling adventurous. Now this is actually my favorite method, but then again it depends on the application. If you want to see a full breakdown about how you can make one of this for yourself, there's a link card up there and I'll link it in the description below as well, of how you can go about creating one of this yourself. And as a bonus, and this is only applicable if you own a slider motion with arc slider system, you can use parts of it to create a rotating motion. So here we have the two bits. We have the arc from Rhino and the control unit from the old Evo system. So I've since upgraded my system, and these are the bits that I have here that is a bit redundant and I don't, can't use them anymore. But I did find a use for them as I was messing around with it. The speed and direction control with this is actually immaculate, for want of a better term. But out of all of these different options that I've just mentioned, the control and the speed is down to the nanometer. Is that a thing? Millimeter? Whatever is less than a micrometer. How about that? Yeah. So you'd find a way of, as you do always, of attaching something to here. So this is a spigot, is actually a tripod head. So we've adapted this to fit a platform on here. You plunk your product on there, and then we can rotate this. Now, like I say, you can make it go slow, fast, or you can set it up on a motion control to turn at a specified rate if you wanted to do that. One thing to bear in mind with this though is that this would only turn to up to 270 degrees, so between 0 and 270 degrees, and not a full 360 degrees. But that is due to its design, and to be honest, I'm hacking the shit out of this right now, so anything at all is good. It's better than nothing. But also, that is if you have one of this lying around somewhere, right? So in summary, whilst you do have greater control using motorized rotary devices, there is absolutely no reason why you can't achieve a simple spin without things getting too complex or too expensive. So as promised, here's a couple of tips that you could use in your product videos. So you have a turntable, you have a rotary device, something to turn it on, whether it's your table or it's your Lazy Susan. You get a glass, then you place your product. So certain types of products might work better for this in terms of the way it reacts to light, or it's affected by light. In this case, this is a glass jar that we have here, and so so the next thing we're going to do is just illuminate that from below. So we're just going to add some light below, and as you can see at the front, what you would have, or at the bottom, you would have this little halo just underneath the product as it turns. So that's one neat little trick that that we can use. If it's stable enough, then we can place this directly below, so that then it will be evenly lit as the product turns a full 360 degrees. So that's one cool trick that you can use. And the other one, trick number 2 for free, is using a template like this, so you can have more accurate control over where the center of your turntable is. So I've explained this in detail in another video. That's the card above, and it's also going to be linked below to that video, where you can go and check out how you can get more accurate rotations from your turntable device. So are you already using some sort of a rotary device for your product videography? I'd love to know what you're using and what you're using it for. And also let me know if you're using something obscure, something that is not standard, that we don't see every day. Let me know in the comments below, and I'm sure my subscribers would love to know as well, if there's anything else out there that can help them and that can help us to create better rotating shots. And that is it for today, guys. That's it for this video. I really hope this was helpful to you in some way, shape or form. We covered a lot of things here. Like I said, there's a couple of things that goes into details that is linked below, and anything that I think might be useful, I'll link them in the description below as well. But that is it for this video. I hope you found it useful. Please hit the subscribe button. Follow me over on Instagram as well. On Instagram, I'm doing a few things over there that you won't see on this channel particularly. So yeah, get with that, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.